Yoshe b'seiter el yom b'tzel shaddai lanan. Amar l'Adonai machsi u'mitzurati Elohai eftach bo. Kihu yatzilcha mipach yakush midever havot. Evrato yasech lach v'tacha kenafav techaseh. Tzina v'sochera amito. Lo tira mipachad laila mechetz ya'uf yomam medever ba'ofel yahaloch miketev yashut zaharai. Yipol mitzilcha elef u'rava miminecha elecha lo yigash. Rak ve'enecha tabit v'shilu matra sha'im tir'eh. Ki ata Adonai machsi elyon samta me'onecha lo te'une elecha ra'a v'nega lo yikra bo'ohalecha. Ki malachav yitzavelach lishmarcha b'chol derachecha. Al kapayim yisa'uncha pentigot be'evan raglecha al shalcha ba'fetem tiderok tirnos kafir v'tani. Kini chashak ba'alfal tehu asagvehu ki adashami. Yikraeni ve'enehu imo anochi v'tzarach al tsehu v'achaddehu. Orech yamim asmiyehu v'yarehu v'shuati. Orech yamim asmiyehu v'yarehu v'shuati. Al mekomata v'va shalom. May savage go unto God in peace. Shir lama'alot asa'inai el eharim me'ayin yavo Ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai oseh shamayim ba'aretz. Al yitein lamot raglecha al yanum shomrecha. Hine lo yanum v'lo yishan shomer Yisrael. Adonai shomrecha, Adonai tzilcha al yad yaminecha. Yomam hashemesh lo yakeka v'yareach b'layla. Adonai yishmorcha mikol ra yishmor nafshecha. Adonai yishmor tzeitcha uvoecha me'ata v'yad olam. I turn my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help comes from the Lord, maker of heaven and earth. The Lord will not let your foot give way. Your guardian will not slumber. The guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. God is your protection, a guardian at your right hand. By day the sun will not strike you, nor the moon by night. Adonai will guard you from all harm and guard your life. God guards you going and coming, now and forever. Nichtam LaDavid, Shomreni El Ki Chasiti Bach. Amart LaDonai Adonai Ata Tovati Balalecha. Likdoshim asher ba'aretz hema va'adirei kol chepsi bam. Yirvu atzvotam acher maharu balasich niskei hemidam. Ubalasad shmotam al svatai. Adonai menat chelki v'chosi ata tomich gorali. Chavalim naflu li banaimi maf nachalat shafra alai. Avarechet Adonai asher ya'atzani af leilot yisruni chilyotai. Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid ki mimini bal emot. Lachein samach libi vayagel kavodi, af besari yishkon lavetach. Kilo ta'azov nafshi lish'ol lo titein chasitchat lirot shachat. Todieni orach hayim sovas machot et panecha, ne'imot bimincha netzach. Protect me, O God, for you are my refuge. I have said to Adonai, you are my guide, my benefactor. There is no divine being beyond you. You show me the path to life, to the full joy of your presence, to the bliss of being close to you forever. Once the casket is completely lowered into the ground, the lowering device will be taken away, and then those of us here, we have May's nephew and a great-nephew here to be able to bid farewell to May, as well as members of the synagogue, to which she and Norton, may he rest in peace, belonged for 55 years. So we will shovel earth into the grave to cover the casket, and then we will conduct the funeral service. don't you be on that side? I'll be on this side.
Which side?
And that side.
Watch the step.
Go
right
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. We use the back side of the shovel for the first shovelful to show that this is a difficult process, and then we'll turn the shovel around.
You want to come, Paulette? Here, go higher. Here. Careful. Yeah. Just the casket. Not all the way to the top. Right in there.
Want to jump in there, Rabbi?
I'm good. What you're doing is great help.
All right.
almost. I should say, just let me go. So aim on this side here where the handle is. Along that side. Because you're almost up.
Down in there.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
You want me to do something?
No, I got it.
Yeah, I'll push some.
About that.
I'll push some more down for you.
I think just out there, just in the corner.
Yep.
I think we got it. That's it. Oh no.
Where?
It's right here. That's it.
Is that?
That's it. V'yashov ha'afar al haaretz kasher hayah, v'haruach tashuv el ha'elohim asher natanah. The dust returns to the earth as it was, but the spirit returns to God who gave it. May Savage's soul be bound up in the bond of life eternal. Send comfort, O Lord, to those who mourn. Grant strength to those whose burden is sorrow. Amen.
Amen.
In the words of Ecclesiastes, a season is set for everything, a time for every experience under heaven. A time for dancing and a time for wailing. A time for birthing and a time for dying. A time for speaking and a time for silence. A time for seeking and a time for losing. The time of mourning is a complicated time, filled with many emotions and memories, both bitter and sweet. We begin our service with the recitation of psalms and prayers, thus linking May's life with the 3,000-year-old tradition of the people of Israel and the eternity of God. Psalm 15. Mizmor LeDavid Adonai mi agur ba'ohalecha mi yishkon bahar kodshecha holech tamim ufoel tzedek v'dover emet bilvavo lo ragal al eshono lo asa l'reyehu ra'ah v'cherpa lo nasa al krovo nivzeh beinav nim'as v'etirei Adonai yechabed nishba laharav v'lo yamir kaspo lo natan beneshech v'shochad al nakilo lakach ose ele lo yimot la'olam. Do we deserve to enter God's sanctuary? Can we merit a place in the presence of God? Live with integrity, do what is right, speak the truth without deceit. Have no slander upon your tongue, do no evil to others. Do not mistreat your neighbor. Spurn a contemptible person, but honor those who revere the Lord. Never retract a promise once made, though it may bring you harm. Lend no money at unfair rates, accept no bribe against the innocent. Make these deeds your own, then shall you stand firm forever. From Psalm 103. Kirachem av al banim richam Adonai al yereav. Ki hu yada yitzreinu zachur ki afar anachnu. Enosh kechatzir yamav ketzitz hasadeh ken yatzitz. Ki ruach avrabo ve'enenu velo yakirenu od mekomo. Ve'chesed Adonai me'olam ve'ad olam al yereav ve'tzitkato livnei banim. As a parent has compassion for their children, God has compassion for those who show reverence. God knows that we are fashioned. God remembers that we are dust. The days of mortals are like grass. We flourish as the flowers of the field. A wind passes over them and they are no more, and no one can recognize where they grew. But God's compassion is everlasting. God's kindness to children's children, to all the reverent ones, endures age after age, unchanging. And from the last chapter of the book of Proverbs, Eshet chayil mi'imtza v'rachok mipnei michra, batach ba'alev bala v'shala lo yachsar, gemalatu tov v'lo ra kol yemei chayeha, kapa parsala ani v'yadeha shilcha le'avyon, oz v'hadar levusha v'tischak liyom acharon, piha patcha v'chochma v'torat chesed al lashona, Sophia halichot beita v'lechem atzlut lo tochel, Kamu vaneha v'yashruha ba'ala v'yahalala, Rabot banot asuchayo va'at alita kulana. Sheker achein v'hevel hayofi, Isha yirat Adonai hitit halal. Tenulami priyadeha v'halaluha b'shari ma'aseha. What a precious find is an Eshet Chayil, a woman of valor. Her worth is far beyond rubies. Her husband puts his confidence in her and lacks no good thing. She is good to him, never bad, all the days of her life. She opens her hand to the needy and extends her hand to the poor. She is clothed with strength and splendor. She looks to the future cheerfully. She opens her mouth with wisdom. Her tongue is guided by kindness. She oversees the activities of her household and never eats the bread of idleness. Her children come forward and bless her. Her husband praises her and says, "Many women have done superbly, but you surpass them all." Charm is deceitful and beauty vain, but a God-revering woman is much to be praised. Extol her for the fruit of her hand. Wherever people gather, her deeds speak her praise. We extend our condolences today to May's children, to David, Jeffrey and Maxine, and Cindy and Steve, and May's granddaughter Sonia, and to May's many nieces and nephews and extended family, a few of which have braved the virus and are with us here today. May was beloved by her Sharei Tefillah synagogue community, and a tragic consequence of this virus is that not only aren't you, May's family, here to mourn, but her community, aside from one daring couple, can't be here either to share in your grief. May was a native Washingtonian. She met her husband Norton, may he rest in peace, through her sister-in-law Mary Schulman, who happened to be Norton's cousin. Shortly after America entered World War II, Norton moved to D.C. to work for a governmental agency. May's brother Sonny's dental practice was across the street from where May lived, and Norton used that address as his temporary mailing address. He would come by often to pick up his mail, and one thing led to another, and Norton and May started dating. They were married in June of 1943 and were married for 68 years. They moved to New Jersey for a little while, then to Detroit for several years, until work brought Norton back to the area in 1965. They moved to the Hillendale neighborhood in Silver Spring and joined Sharei Tefillah right away. I knew May very well because she attended synagogue every Shabbat. She enjoyed the Torah discussions during services and often had interesting questions and comments to share. May was also very active in sisterhood and attended almost every program that our shul offered, whether adult education or social or the monthly Friday night dinners. She was a steady and constant presence in shul as a dedicated and stalwart member of our congregation. When she moved to Bedford Court a number of years ago, she could no longer come to shul. It was just too much for her. So it was with her in mind that I encouraged our shul to install a camera so that we could live stream Shabbat services. She was proficient enough on the computer that she always watched on Shabbat morning and often watched my adult education classes too. I know that even if there are one or two people watching, one of them was May. May was an intelligent, dignified, and sweet woman. In our conversation, she always asked after my family, and she was always an attentive listener in conversation. Everyone in shul enjoyed being around her, and our chesed, our caring committee, enjoyed helping her. May would never ask for help, and she was content with her life, but she so much appreciated the phone calls and visits by many members of our synagogue community. When I last spoke with her 2 weeks ago, she sounded as intelligent and happy as she always did. I wished her a safe and healthy Passover, as she did me and my family. Since Passover concluded yesterday, our minds are still thinking about that holiday. The rabbis teach a fascinating lesson as to why the Hebrew slaves were worthy of being freed. The rabbis answer that it was because of the actions of the women in the story that the Israelites were redeemed. Moses' sister Miriam followed him in the basket down the Nile to protect him. Pharaoh's daughter found him and adopted him, and Moses' own mother nursed him. Because of the bravery and tenacity of these strong women, our ancestors were led to the Promised Land. May was such an important figure and strong figure in her family and our community. Her dedication to our synagogue helped keep us strong and vibrant. Her love of her children and many nieces and nephews helped keep her family connected and nurtured. May her model of dignity and humility continue to inspire us to righteous living. May her memory always be a source of blessing and comfort. Tehi nishmata tzura b'tzor chayim. May May's soul be bound in a bond of eternal life. Amen. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. We'll conclude with first the El Male, the memorial prayer, followed by the mourner's Kaddish. El Male Rachamim, Shochein Bamromim, Hametzei Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei HaShchina, B'ma'alot Kedoshim HaToharim, Kezohar Akiyam Asirim, Et Nishmat, Meta Bat Avraham, V'chanaleya, Shahalcha Lolama, Began Eden Te Menuchata, Ana Baal Harachamim, Hastireha B'Seter Kanafecha Lolamim, Utzro B'Tzor Chaim Et Nishmata, Adonai Hu Nachalata, V'tanuach B'Shalom Amishkava, V'nomar Amen. Exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of Meta Bat Avraham V'chanaleya, to the soul of May Savage, who has gone to her eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. May her soul be bound up in the bond of life. May she rest in peace. Amen.
Amen.
And though there isn't a physical minyan present, the rabbis did say that when gathered at a cemetery, you can count the souls as well towards a minyan. And May has been is laid to rest with her whole Shulman family all around her. and I'm sure they would participate in reciting Kaddish in her memory. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah
Amen.
ve'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael b'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei maya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu La'ela minko birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen Yehei Shlomo Rabba min Shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God, who grants peace in the heavens, grant peace to us. Amen.
Amen.
I spoke to Cindy yesterday, and she said that there might be an opportunity out for where she is in Denver with her rabbi to have a Zoom minyan. So I'm supposed to be speaking to the rabbi in a little while, and once that information comes out, I'm sure she'll send it to you and to the rest of the family. Our condolences from Sharei Tefillah and myself to all of you. May she rest in peace.
Thank you.